the show strong today. I found this on CoreLogic. This is the Home Equity Insights for Q3 2023. So right out the gate, listen, everybody who's like, you're talking about Q3 2023. Yes, this is a lagging report that comes out many weeks after the quarter finishes because CoreLogic is thorough. We love them. They do a great job. Their data is very, very good and extremely helpful if you're trying to get your finger on the pulse of what's going on in real estate and mortgage. So they posted their Q3 homeowner equity insights, guys.
Boom!
National homeowner equity went up 6.8%. That amounted to 1.1 trillion more of equity gains in 2023. That's year over year. So that's Q3 of 22 compared to Q3 of 2023. 6.8% higher and $1.1 trillion more of equity.
1.1. That could cover a little bit of that 133.
If everybody just cashed out refinance and paid all their credit card debts, guys, we'd be almost out of consumer debt.
This is U.S. homeowners with mortgages, which is roughly 63% of all properties, had an equity increase of 1.1 trillion since the third quarter of 2022, a gain of 6.8% year over year. This is an indication that people don't care about some facets of the market they're buying still. And the only way that this is continuing to happen is someone who's willing to buy it from you now at the price now than compared to what it was the year before. So even though, again, we talk in generalities a lot, this is specific to state, sometimes county or neighborhood, where some neighborhoods are not doing very well. And some are actually doing way better than others.
Yeah.
I mean, just right here, it says the total number of mortgage residential properties with negative equity decreased by 7.7% from second quarter of 2023. That means their equity went up.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that means they're not negative anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So even people that had negative equity this year, you're positive.
Well, that's a function of paying down your loan balance at the same time your house is going up in value. Even if they cross each other in the middle of the night, hey, I don't care. Yeah. You're not upside down anymore. That's a good sign.
Guys, let's think about that. Your grandparents owned a home. This is the best example I can use. I know my grandparents owned a home. And when they bought their home, I don't remember the year it was, but I know my mom telling me they bought it for like 50 or 80,000, somewhere around there. Yeah. Okay. Anyhow, to this date, I looked to see what the value was. It was like 850,000 for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 1-car garage. Yes, the lot was like 8,500 square feet, but they went through cycles because they bought back in.
That's a good lot.
Yeah,
that's a really good lot.
So they bought back in 1960. Wow. Right, in LA. Yeah. Wow. And they've gone through all these cycles.
Yeah.
Right, in history with the financial crisis, the mortgage meltdown, et cetera, et cetera. And here it is, their home has still outperformed all the negativity that's have happened in the years past. So it's like what I'm going with this is still real estate is their best investment moving forward. I don't think that you can lose out on that.
And it's time in the market.
It's time in the market.
It still goes back to time in the market. If you bought on Monday and you tried to sell on Friday, it could have just been the wrong week. But if you bought in 2013 and now you're looking at 2023, 10 years later, you're in a great position. I mean, this reflects that. And it's not that every single home in the market was bought in 2013 at the bottom after the bottoming out of the 08-09 catastrophe. But, I mean, look, to your point, despite the dips in the housing market, the average U.S. homeowner with a mortgage still has more than $300,000 in equity since the purchase date. Now, I know this is an average. Some are going to have way less than that. You know what that means? That means someone has $500,000. Yeah. And then someone else has, $500,000 or $50,000, and someone else has $800,000 equity. I mean, this is insane. It's great. Insane. The good insane, guys.
The good insane.
$300,000 in equity since a purchase date. That does give people leverage to take care of some things that maybe on the other side of their life are not doing very well, or gives them the future potential that's there. Even if there's a market correction, that $300,000 in equity, I'm not calling for market correction. If there were one and there was a dip, that $300,000 in equity, you can take it and you won't be going into negative territory. Yeah.
That's
pretty darn good.
And here's the other thing. There's other ways how to look at this. It's just a mindset thing. People think of it, well, I'm getting equity. I'm actually extending how many years I'm going to be in this home now. I wanted to pay off in 30, but I've been I own only 20 years now. I don't want to get a line of credit. I don't want to do that because then it's going to take me another 10 years to pay this off. But what people don't realize is, let's say their payments on $100,000 on the credit card debt is like, just say, for example's sakes here, just to keep it simple, $1,300. They take the line of credit. It's actually $900. That $400 could be applied towards their principal balance, right? Of whatever they were already used to making, send that payment to pay it down. And as we move forward with the economy getting better and flourishing, you could at that point in time maybe even pay a little more, and you'll end up having actually paying down the principal much sooner.
Yeah.
So there's ways how you could skin the cat, but obviously you have to have the right person that you can talk to, discuss these things, and put it on paper so you see the full transparency behind it.
I believe that this is the reason why we do this show and why we do the content, because of the lack of financial literacy that a lot of people have. And it's, not sometimes it's not even your fault. It's just, how you got brought up. It's, I think it has a lot to do with your habits, the way you got brought up, in your environment, because that's going to dictate ultimately the direction of how your life is going to go for the most part, but that's what I feel the strongest thing is, that, people don't know that they have these options, and then they're afraid because, if I'm doing this, it's incurring a cost, or, it's going to be negative because now I have to run my credit. But little do you know that it's literally alleviating this debt over here that's crushing you, and because you see it every month in your reports. And you could alleviate it by doing that investment that you sacrificed yourself for, and now you could consolidate and not have to be bleeding every month. And it's going to be a sacrifice, another sacrifice, but look at the outlook and how that's going to put you in the position to make better decisions down the line.
Yeah. Correct. And you saw Tanya talk about this today.
That's what I'm saying.
We're just talking about it, and most people don't have those discussions, but she's looking like she was all impressed. Look at our mortgage statement. Look at our mortgage statement. We only owe $290,000,
Yeah.
But that's because our payment's $26, and I pay $500 a month just to, towards principal, and I put it right there. And it's like, it's just kind of like investing into my retirement, right? And in a certain amount of time, when I turn 62, which is next year, I could do a reverse mortgage.
Whatever.
I could do a reverse mortgage. There's other ways I can do that, not having a payment, and pull some of my equity in a certain way. There's ways we can do this.
I think this comes with having the right team in your corner, which is you guys, number one. So let's talk about this. Let's unpack this a little bit. Number one, you got to have the right guys in your corner.
Correct.
Number two, you have to have a plan. And number three, you have to be disciplined. I mean, what I hear you saying in other terms, you have to be disciplined. If you're going to commit to this path of doing that and use the mortgage accelerator calculator to pay off your home faster, you have to be disciplined to do it, because that money has to come from somewhere. I'm not saying that everyone just watching this has excess all the time, but when you do, and you can apply it towards paying down your loan balance, it's only going to help you. And again, with equity reaching all-time highs, this is one of those things where we can advocate for that healthfully, and people can actually do it. This isn't some like pie in the sky dream where it's just on theory and it works on paper.
Yeah.
Like, no, this is actually working for people. If you are just watching the Mortgage Shows podcast now for the first time, several episodes ago, William talked about it and Brian talked about it, how they actually use home equity to help someone save $1,300 a month and someone else save $1,200 a month. And in your instance, that $1,300 reinvested or paid down to the principal balance was going to pay their house off in like 15 and a half years or something like that.
15 or something like that. Yeah. We run this.
That's crazy.
Exactly. We run this mortgage seller calculator. As a matter of fact, if anybody needs it and they need that, we'd be more than happy to provide that.
It's on the website, and I'll put the link in the description box.
Yeah. Just send us a comment and we'll send it. Better that way. I'd rather see people commenting if they want it, because then it's going to allow me to actually, I don't want to make it easy, There, a lot of times, you become a little more passionate when you request, when you do something for it.
That's true.
Versus just putting it right there, making it easy. Like, let's put a comment in there. Just tell us if you need it and what's the reason, so that we could just give it to you.
Nice.
No questions asked, no nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
Good.
So I just think we all have a more of appreciation when it comes to that.
Yeah,
Andy.
100%. Good. Well, you guys, any other thoughts about this home equity? It was great news for me. And I think it's actually going to be the same in quarter four. So by the time we get to January, and I think we'll get it in February is when it's going to come out, it's usually somewhere between 6 and 8 weeks after the quarter finishes. We get this from CoreLogic. So we'll see this in the new year in quarter one. But I think, honestly, my prediction is quarter four is going to look very much like quarter three. I think it's going to be up. Home equity will be higher because, again, price declines were not happening a lot in October, November, December. And, again, there were very few units being transacted anyways. So I don't think you're going to see a lot of price declines. I think you're going to see home prices stay.
Yeah, I think so, too. I agree with that.
For me, for equity, use it. Don't abuse it, or else you're gonna lose it.
There you go.
But with that being said, if you have the opportunity to take care of what you have to take care of, your dragging debts, do that first, And then if there's an opportunity to invest that money and then make money on that, then do that second, because then 1, you'll be free. 2, you'll make money, and then that money might make you more money. And then look at that. All you had to do was take a quick little sacrifice, disperse the money in the right way, and just be smart with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
Well, awesome job today,